the Elected Presidency, the Group Representation Constituencies, and Non-Constituency Members of Parliament. These three institutions are unique to Singapore. They are specifically adapted to our context and circumstances, and quite unlike any other constitution in the world. All three institutions were originally conceived by Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, and all at around the same time. Each had a clear purpose, which made sense for our context. The elected president was to protect the reserves, which we had painstakingly accumulated over many years, from being squandered by an irresponsible government, and it was also to safeguard the integrity of the public service through independent oversight over key public service appointments and processes. The GRCs were to ensure that Parliament would always have adequate representation of the minority races. The NCMPs were to ensure opposition voices were never shut out of Parliament and to provide an outlet for the growing desire to have such voices in Parliament. Each institution had to be carefully designed. After Mr. Lee first mooted the ideas with his colleagues, they discussed extensively how exactly each should work. There were many disagreements. Many possible models were suggested and discarded. These deliberations surfaced new and complex considerations, which had to be carefully examined and, where relevant, taken into the design. From conceptual idea to implemented scheme, the team revised their thinking quite significantly. For example, Mr. Lee had initially proposed vesting the elected president with extensive executive powers, which could be used to check and overrule the government of the day. He called this a wicket-keeper role, though it would have been a very powerful wicket-keeper. Some of the younger ministers, including Dr. Tony Tan and Mr. Goh Chok Tong, worried that over-concentrating power in a single person could lead to political impasse and abuse of power. After intense arguments, it was eventually decided that the elected president should have no executive powers at all, only custodial powers, which means the power to say no to government proposals. And even then, only in specified key areas where checks and balances were particularly important. When we finally amended the Constitution to institute the three schemes, in 1984 for the NCMPs, in 1988 for the GRCs, and in 1991 for the elected president, their designs had been significantly altered from Mr. Lee's original conceptions. And even after the schemes were implemented, we continued to evolve them in the light of experience. So, in their present form, each of these institutions is the end result of more than 3 decades of accumulated refinements and revisions. To extend Mr. Lee's vivid metaphor, these innovations are no longer recent alterations to our old shoes, but have themselves been stretched, softened, smoothed, and repatched to become essential parts of the whole.